Hi, welcome to the Calgary Herald Yoga video series. My name is Jo. So this month I'm going to give you a little yoga practice you can do at home, relatively simple. And when I say simple, I never mean easy, but relatively simple. You're just going to lie down on your back, and all you need to have is a yoga strap if you have one, or you could use a man's tie. So I just grabbed one today just to show you how easy it is to use whatever you have around the house as a yoga prop. You can also use a scarf. Good. Okay, so to start in this practice, you're just going to come to lie on your back. You can start with your knees bent, feet on the floor. Just take your hands, rest them on your belly. Close your eyes and just take a few breaths here. And you use these few breaths just to relax yourself and settle in and to transition from whatever it was you were doing before to where you are now. So you take your awareness into your body. And then from here, I'm just going to bring my right knee into my chest. You'll interlace your fingers. Just put it over your top of your shin, and you can stretch your left leg out. If this bothers your back, though, you'll just keep your left leg bent. And if your hands don't come around your knee easily, then you can just grab your tie, your strap, whatever you have, and you just kind of use that to help. And just take a few breaths here. Just draw this knee in nice and tight, and maybe I'll just let it move around a little bit. Good. I'm going to flex my foot, have my toes pointing up to the ceiling, and I'm going to do the same with my left leg too. Just going to keep it active, so I'm kind of grounded in. Good. Then from here with my hands on my knee, I'm just going to start to rock this knee side to side, and just use this to just open the hip and kind of wake the body up a little bit. Good. And then you're going to take your strap, and you're going to place your strap over the balls of your feet and extend your legs straight up. And then I'm going to take my hands, I'm just going to let my elbows come down to the floor so I can set my shoulders. So I'm going to push my head into the floor, lift my chest, and I can bring my shoulder blades together, and then I'll bring my chest back down. And then from here, maybe I'll take my hands up a little bit higher. I can wind my hands in the strap. And you're going to work at getting this leg straight. And if that doesn't happen for you with your leg straight up, that might mean your leg has to come down a bit, and that's okay. Just work at getting your leg as straight as you can. And then I'm going to push my foot where I have the strap. I'm going to push my foot in and flex my toes. And so sometimes I call this like Barbie's feet. You remember what Barbie's feet look like? And you just bring this leg up and just breathe here. So again, I'm going to take my left leg, I'm going to flex it through and press that away, and just work this leg in. Good. We're just going to stay here for a few breaths. You're just opening yourself up, and don't worry if your leg doesn't come up that far. I do this a lot, and with practice, things open. Good. And take one more big breath and let it go. Good. Okay, then you're going to take both ends of the strap into your right hand. You can reach up as high as you can. I'm going to take my left hand and just place it on my left thigh. And I'm just using this hand here to remind me not to let my thigh lift as I take this leg out to the right. So I'm just going to ground this thigh down, press out through the left heel, inhale, and as I exhale, I'm going to open this right leg out to the side. Okay, and so sometimes this is going to happen. This is going to be so much easier to take the leg out to the side, but I really want to keep this hip down as I move this leg out. And this could be a lot of work. You see how it goes for you. I'm going to press out through my heel of my right leg. I can put my elbow on the floor and maybe even wind my hand in the strap a little more and just take this leg out. And then you're just going to breathe here, wherever you go. Just be very conscious to work that left hip back down and press out through your right heel and breathe. Okay, you want to extend from your hip out through your heel so your leg takes its own weight. Yeah. And if this is challenging, that's okay. Sometimes these things that look relatively simple are not so easy, but the more we do them, the easier they become. So now I'm going to switch hands. I'm going to put the strap into my left hand. My right arm's going to come out to the side. Palm's going to face up. I'm going to inhale. And as I exhale, I'm going to cross my right leg over, but not so much my right hip lifts. I'm just taking it over a little bit. And you're going to feel this around the outer part of your hip and maybe in other places too. But you just breathe here and take 3 breaths, nice relaxed breaths. Good. And then we're going to take this all the way over into the twist. So I'm going to take an inhale. And as I exhale, now I'm going to take my leg all the way over. My left foot is going to turn, so I come onto the baby toe edge of my foot, and I take this leg out. And I know I can put my leg down here, but it's no problem to keep it lifted. And then here, I'm going to take my right thumb into my hip crease and just push this hip away. And that felt really good for my back too. I'm just going to pull that out. I'll take my arm back out, and I can turn my head away from this foot and look to the right. Good. And you'll bring your head back to center. And as you inhale, you'll bring the right leg back up. And I'm just going to separate the strap again. And I'm just going to be here. I'm going to pull this leg in. And then let's get like a little fancy because we're here. So as I pull this leg in, I'm going to lift my head and my chest up. So I draw my belly in, lift up, and pull this leg in. Just see where it can go. And don't worry about where your leg goes. It goes where it goes. Just try and keep it straight. Think of opening up the back of the knee. Good. Okay, and we'll release. I'll let the leg come down. And it's so interesting. Just take a moment and just notice how things have changed. And so as you lie here and rest, you can close your eyes. Just feel the difference between your two legs and the two hips. And when you take a big breath in, you should notice more breath coming into the right side of your lungs than your left. And then there's one other thing that happens, and it's so subtle, but close your eyes and see if you can feel a difference between your right cheek and your left cheek. And if the right cheek feels a little bit more vibrant. And so when we do this little exercise, it's called Supta Padangusthasana. You don't need to remember that. That's the Sanskrit name. But we affect the whole right side of the body. Good. Okay. So we'll do the second side. So I'll opposite interlace my fingers here. I'm going to grab the left knee. I'm going to pull it in. I'm going to flex my left toes and lift the right toes up to the ceiling. And you're just going to take a few breaths here as you draw this leg in. And just let things open. And it's really through the exhale, you're going to notice there will be a melting effect, hopefully. And let your shoulders relax. Good. And then you'll take the strap and place it over the balls of your left feet. And again, I'm going to take my elbows down, press my head in, lift my chest, bring my shoulder blades together. Then I can take my hands up a little bit, wind them in the strap, and you're going to work at getting the legs straight, pressing out through the heel, and then I'm going to press my foot into the strap and pull my toes down. So there's that Barbie toe. And sometimes I like to call this a floint, because it's like I'm flexing my foot and pointing my toes. Good. So we'll take a few breaths here. And then we'll take both ends of the strap into the left hand. Right hand is going to come onto my thigh. Take an inhale. And as I exhale, I'm going to open this leg out to the left side without lifting my right hip. And so you see how slow I go, as it takes some work. I'm going to let my elbow come onto the floor, and I can start to pull this leg up, but without lifting that right hip. Good. And press out through the heel of your left leg, out through the heel of the right leg. Good. And then inhale and bring it up. And we'll switch hands. I'll take my left arm out to the side. Inhale and exhale, and I just go a little bit over without lifting this left hip. Just a little bit. And just take 3 breaths here. Okay, if this is very uncomfortable, then you just go, okay, I guess I need to do this more. And that's the truth. Just kind of wake things up. And take an inhale, and now I'm going to go for the full twist. I'm going to take this leg all the way over to the right side. Good. And I'm going to try and keep it lifting. Try and keep my heel in line with my hip if you can. Then I'm going to take my thumb into the hip crease. I'm just going to push this hip away as I pull this leg up. And then I'll take my arm out and turn my head. And breathe. And let your right leg just relax, the toes turn. And then you bring your head to center and inhale, lift the leg up. And then again, I'm just going to take both ends of the strap into my hand. I'm just going to pull this leg towards my face. I'm going to keep my back of my knee open and draw my belly and lift my head and my chest up and pull this leg towards my face. And then release, and you let this leg come down. And then take a moment and just feel what's happening. Close your eyes, rest your hands on your belly, and just breathe. And you should already feel you've got a nice stretch. Good. Okay, so from here I'm going to bend my knees and take my right knee back into my chest and cross the right ankle over the left knee, and we're just going to come to thread the needle. So I'm going to bring the left thigh into my chest, interlace my fingers, and just hug in. And you can see I've got my foot flexed. I'm going to flex the left one, and if it's too much to grab behind your thigh, you just grab your strap and just put it behind there. Good. And then once you're here, it's kind of nice sometimes just to rock a little bit. Take a few breaths. Good. Pull it in. And you could stay here for a good 10 breaths if you want. Just push pause on your video and stay here, close your eyes, and let things relax. Good. And then release, and you'll switch sides. So I'll just do that with you quickly. And so you just flex your feet, hug in. Good. I like to change the interlace of my fingers as I change sides, just a little bit of brain gym. And you can start to rock. And hug in and release. Excellent. All right, so I'm just gonna leave you with your last pose just for a nice little hip opener. Once you're here, you just let your knees drop open to the sides, soles of the feet together, and just rest your hands on your belly, close your eyes, and breathe. And this should feel pretty nice for you. If it feels like it's too much, you can always throw a blanket or something underneath your, I just have these, but just something underneath your thigh just to kind of support them. But I'm okay like this, so I'll just take a few breaths. Good. And then before you leave this practice, you can lift your legs up and just stretch your legs out and just close your eyes and take a few moments in Shavasana. So I think I'm going to leave you here. I'll just take Shavasana with you, and I hope you enjoyed this practice and you feel good. Happy yoga, guys. Namaste.